Now for something completely different. As we approached the 11th of November, we went along with British Ambassador Jonathan Brenton to the Memorial Museum in Passchendaele to remember the sacrifices made during the Great War.
I'm Jonathan Brenton, I'm the British Ambassador to Belgium. I'm here in the Memorial Museum in Passchendaele 1917 in Zonnebeke. Good morning, Jonathan Brenton, British Ambassador.
Good morning, sir.
It's an honour to be here.
Welcome.
The museum seeks to get us a step closer to experiencing the conditions in the trenches, lest we ever forget the value of peace.
This is where, in 1914, the French army, with the British, managed to halt the German advance. Open warfare turned into trench warfare. That stalemate for 4 years, unexpectedly.
I think it's very difficult for us, I said earlier, to think you can capture the experience of a very different generation. But I think it's important because you should try, you should see, remember what people went through.
Only in early 1916 was conscription introduced, because it was...
But it's very telling that it took them 2 years since she's conscription.
2 years, in fact. This is the so-called deep dugout. It was a filthy place, of course. Yeah. The rats, the vermin, all that is not there. So even if, when you go down there, it feels a bit claustrophobic, just realizing that you're 20 feet under ground level, just like miners at work, of course. But the real thing was much, much worse, of course.
And you'd have no space for personal possessions?
No
sense
no privacy, no.
Nowhere to put a photograph of your family or your children? I think it's very difficult for us, later generations, to imagine what soldiers go through. It's so remote from our experience.
You can see outside, here's a shaft for ventilation. That is the open air. Look at the landscape, in fact. It's a lunar landscape. That was prior to the battle, May 1917. Just a labyrinth of trenches, and apart from that, just the pillboxes stood. Germans had to be very economical with sandbags.
Right.
The jute was in short supply. That was no problem to the British when it came from...
Because of the naval blockade?
Yes.
I would urge people to come to museums like this. I think it's very important because it's so important not to forget history. We have our problems in Europe, we have to address them, but we do benefit from a Europe which is at peace, and we should be grateful for that.